Naruto 601 discussion video. I am going to pull comments from my 600 video, Obito and Madara Destroy Reality, and then I'm going to respond to them. And this is kind of a way we can interact. Once again, names and everything, I'll take my best shot at it, but there's no guarantees. All right, let's. And I'm going to try to take my time with this. Let's go ahead and see where this goes. All right, the first question is from Moab 123. What are your thoughts on the Kages? That's I haven't heard anybody respond favorably to the way this has been handled. The entire idea that the conclusion of the battle between Madara and the Kages is off panel is and there's. I mean, we're still in the middle of the whole Obito, and that's getting fleshed out, and that there still could be a lot of surprise and everything with that. But why we wouldn't have had a conclusion already, and then the idea we're going to have a flashback of what happened. So it's I mean, yeah, people are very upset about it. Nobody. I can't think of anybody that's happy about having something at that level of conclusion between that was off panel. So a lot of people definitely upset with that. So yeah, I'm upset just like everybody else is. Okay. The Thunder Powwow says, wow, the Kages in the end failed to stop Madara. It's funny because they told Madara, don't worry about Madara. And then, of course, they end up not being able to. Well, nobody can really handle them. There's of course there's always weaknesses in everything, but I mean, unless somebody really understands the weaknesses of whatever Madara is under, they're not going to be able to. I mean, the guy's power, and he just keeps getting. He can keep just being resurrected through the Jitsu. So yeah, he's invulnerable. I mean, except for, like I say, somebody's going to have to understand. There's always a vulnerability, right? There's always an Achilles heel. There's got to be a way of doing it, and of course, I'm sure that's what'll be done. But the Kages didn't seem to have that ability. So yeah, the Kage and everything, and we're going to stop them, and then. Of course, maybe they'll show up. Maybe nobody died. My own idea, which I posted before, as far as predictions, because the predictions, wow, the predictions have really gone down pretty hard. Is that 3 Kages will go, the Kage, Kage, and Tsunade, that she'll go. And a lot of people get really upset at that one. And but I think that it makes a lot of sense for those, and of course everybody's just been expecting the Kage to die for a very long time, so it's not going to be a real shock. He's a good character, and the whole way that he was set up was like, here's his flashback, and here we go, and and then he dies bravely, and we're still kind of waiting for that. So I mean, who knows? He could, maybe he'll be the only one to survive. That would be pretty wild, actually. Okay, thanks for all the comments, by the way. Really appreciate it. Okay, death rolls. Don't think they will kill Tsunade now. Am calling her death will be around Sasuke's attack plus Naruto close range being Hokage. Okay, could very well be. Could very well be. Appreciate your comment. Okay, Yum No Dinjin. I love how one can feel the joy and excitement right off the bat with that Naruto. Really, it is. It's very enjoyable. Appreciate the comment. Let's see. Paul Hundreds. I want the manga to end properly, as we all. Doesn't matter how long it takes. Then I would like Hokage Chronicles. That'd be pretty cool. Just one full episode about the 2 Hokages and other shinobi like Shishu in action would be a treat. It's all I ask. How are you going to show cool characters and not show more? That's been a complaint all the way through. Is he gets these really neat characters, and then he doesn't. He just keeps kind of going back to pushing the story along, and there's not a good mix of overall story progression and then character progression. We just end up in what ends up happening is instead of fleshing out the characters, it's like, hey, guess what? Here's more characters. And I mean, think about all the awesome characters that were right now that I mean really need. I mean, it would be just enjoyable, you know. And as much as maybe say the Rock Lee Chronicles or whatever, but there's still, you could make almost all the characters and really would be getting new interesting material. But you know, that doesn't seem to be, you know, doesn't seem to be the way it's going. But you know, we'll see. But anyway, yeah, I appreciate the comment. Okay, let's see. Glasses 685 compliments me on my review, and then I really do think Naruto will end in the next year or two, though, even if it's making money for no other reason than the fact that there won't be too many people. There won't be too many people left for Naruto to fight after the war is over. I thought he was going to say too many fans, but anyway. Once Madara and Toby are defeated, there's nothing much left for Naruto to do other than to have his final fight with Sasuke and become Hokage. I hope he never becomes Hokage. My hope, I realize there's an arc and he's got a dream, and you realize a dream. You know what I'd like to really see? What I'd really like to see is that someone else becomes Hokage. Because let's just be honest. As lovable a character as Naruto is, he is not Hokage material. He is not Hokage material. He's going to cause more problems than anything. So I hope that he finally figures. I hope he finally figures that out. I don't mean that he needs to. I mean, let me put it this way: Jiraiya figured that out. He figured that out. He's like, you know what? That just isn't the path that I'm going to take. So hopefully he'll figure that out. I hope there's a lot of other twists. And while I've got this thought in my head, and for the next, let me just switch over to this, and then we'll go with more reading comments. What I hope happens on the first page of 601 is you have Obito and Madara. Back to the end of 600, you have Madara coming in and says, "Oh, it looks like you're having all the fun." He lands Obito. What I hope he says. I hope it's something like he says, or should I say, fill in the blank. And at this point, okay, I was a Kagame. I thought that, you know, that's who it was, and it's not that, you know. I hope he says anybody at this point but Obito and the ramen guy. As long as it's not Obito, the ramen guy, I am perfectly happy. And however Zetsu figures into that and all that is, and that is, I guess, that's what I hope. But what I suspect is probably going to happen is we're going to find out that there's a lot more to Zetsu than we thought. And I think that we're going to probably find out that somehow this is half of, you know, remember we've only seen half of Dark Zetsu. I have a feeling that the other half of Dark Zetsu is some kind of a melded Obito or whatever. I suspect that's kind of what it, and that's not breaking new ground. Everybody's pretty much expected that, and that's pretty much what I think. And the ability, and you go, well, he doesn't look like. Well, the ability of Zetsu to imitate things, to look differently, and in characters, and just to be able to look different than they actually are, their true forms, is, you know, there's too many examples to give. Okay, and let's see. Thanks for once again. Appreciate all the comments, and I realize I kind of went off there, and we find my place again. Okay, Seagully 35. I see Naruto owning all their asses. I disagree. Naruto's interrupt was needed. He's trying to restore Kakashi's spirits. Personally, I don't care about Rin or how he turned evil. Okay, question for viewers. You know, and that's another thing. There's been a lot of, and as a matter of fact, I'm going to go to the next. I'm going to mix this comment with the next one to kind of give you more of an answer here. Okay, Ashley, Kamisa. I'm sorry if I mess up the names, but I mess up everybody's names. So I am equal on that. Rampage, you need to watch King of Lightning reviews. Okay, I have. As a matter of fact, I went and I've seen his reviews. He's kind of been, in my opinion, too harsh on Naruto through the whole thing. Unfortunately, I did watch him King of Lightning's review this week. And unfortunately, he's still being very harsh, but unfortunately, he's dead on this week. He really went after that. I mean, he went, going back to the last comment, I don't care about Rant. We don't know anything about Rant. Okay? I mean, right at this moment, until Kishimoto steps it up and reveals more, a lot, the negative comments, unfortunately, are weighing down a lot more than anything else. But we don't know. We've got to reveal. I mean, did he go, because you let Sakura die, a character we know, and we go, wow, that kind of, yeah, Sakura was important to us, or Hinata, or somebody, and it's like Ren, a character that we don't know very much about at all. So the whole world's going to blow up because of Ren. That's basically what a lot of people have been saying. So we're all going to get, subjugated or destroyed because of Ren. And I won't even, I don't want to go into the whole thing of how somebody can, well, I guess I kind of have to. Let me go a little bit into it. And I'm just going to repeat what everybody out there already knows. How can somebody be such a struggling ninja and then a few years later, be the master of several time-space forms? But anyway, okay, moving on. The last 2 weeks has been pretty. The last 2 weeks has been. I have to be perfectly honest. As brutal as 598 was, and people. What was surprising to me is that people. I expected anger. I think everybody knew it was going to blow up no matter what. But I didn't expect people to be hurt. That really. It really just. I mean, I even read comments of, I can remember on the, and I don't think it was one of the comments of mine, but maybe it was, but somebody said they were at school, and I guess they accessed it by phone. That's how they first found out. It was Obito, and they said they got so upset about it in school, they started crying, and some people have gotten so upset. I mean, really just, and I think that's too much, but I mean, but then again, how can you tell somebody, if so that's how somebody reacts to something, then that's how they react. So there's a lot of people who were just hurt by it. They're like, oh, what, So 599 to me actually was harder because we still had, which we have a little bit of hope. The whole hope it's not Obito, but then we're getting, it's definitely Obito from Kakashi, and Madara calling him Obito, and so we're like, oh man, Anyway, So, all right, moving on. Okay, I noticed something pretty cool with Obito used the flame jujitsu. It looked like Naruto used Kyuubi's tails to repel the flames. So I thought, okay, if he fights anyone with Amaterasu, then maybe it would be a problem because he could maybe repel them like he did Obito's Jiu-Jitsu. That was a 8X Joker, by the way. Well, okay, now that we're getting into the fight, Naruto is, I mean, he's been fighting for quite a while and struggling against basically, or somebody called him Tobito, fighting against Tobito, and or Zet Obito, or Zetoto, or whatever you want to call him now, Obito, whatever, part Obito. So, I mean, the fight's been going on for so long, and then Kakashi's on his last leg, and guy, I mean, you're talking about people that are exhausted, and then you have Madara coming in here who just has infinite chakra and can't really be killed, and everything. Oh, there is a comment I want to make on Kakashi coming into the battle and being able to do this stuff. This was something that was put in whenever, going way back, when Kakashi and Guy were fighting the Seven Swordsmen. One of the comments on there, okay, you remember they kept healing up Guy? Well, they weren't just healing them; they were giving them chakra. And I don't remember. I don't remember the exact lines. It stood out in my mind because they weren't just healing them. They had people that were giving them chakra so that they could keep going. So I'm guessing they were healing mainly Guy, and then giving Kakashi chakra. So that would make that was something I really wasn't sure, but I guess it makes sense that they could do that. And so that would be an explanation on why Kakashi is able to come back. He was able to come into this fight, really full of you know, be able to max out his abilities. So, and I don't, like I said, I don't remember. I just remember the reference that they were, you know, infusing them chakra, and it was during that battle. Unfortunately, that's another one where we had all this off-panel business. There's a lot more that could have been done there. Well, let me stop here. If they actually had some kind of intermediary that could help Kishimoto and you know, and Viz and all this to get their stuff together, people think of how much money people would pay for DLCs, right? Of PDFs with expanded character stuff. What if they told you, okay, you can watch the rest of the Seven Swordmen that was off panel for, like, I don't know, $1.99 or something a lot more than they're getting now, and it would generate so much money for them, right? And it's also, now we go back to the thing with Viz, and I'm a subscriber, by the way. I pay the yearly thing with Viz to watch Naruto chapters that come out 2.5 to 3 weeks late. That's another issue. So, I did explain in the beginning of this video I was going to take my time, so I'm going to stray all over the place. But you get the idea. There's so much content more that we want to see from this. And then you get the idea. Okay. Once again, thanks for the comments. Okay. Wow. I'm fresher than a mother. Wow. I think I actually was able to pronounce that. Okay, fresher than a mother. Edo Tensei was invented by the second Hokage, but perfected by Orochimaru. Okay, that sounds. It was invented by the second Hokage, yeah, and Orochimaru's the guy that really put it together, or I guess this version of it. I'm not really sure, but anyway, I appreciate the comment. Vegeta Badass. I hope Madara killed at least the Tsuchikage and Tsunade. Somebody's got to die. Now you notice, even our complaints are getting old because they're not getting addressed. So, but anyway, we all want to know how these things end, and but he's got to come out with more stuff. He's just got to. All right, we appreciate the comments, and let's see. Okay, McLaren1, still not Obito. He said that name means nothing. You can call me anything. If you want to know how I survived, there are hints that Toby is not the same Obito we know. He's not the same character, and like I say, I'm trying not to roll over on stuff that too much stuff that we've already commented on or whatever. But yeah, why do we have to, Kishimoto? Why do we have to hold on for another week? You know, come on, man, give us more. We need more. Okay, all right. Appreciate the comment. Ash loves Manny. Madara must learn that Edo from him. Ash loves Manny. I think you were the one that guessed correctly the whole thing with sending the clone into the alternate universe and getting smacked. I think maybe I caught up with you and gave you a live shout out for that. But if not, then that's either the second one or the first one. That was a good. And you did it like 2 weeks before it actually happened, so it was pretty good. All right, thanks for the comment. Okay, and there's a couple more from Ash loves Manny. Only Ochi has the crazy sick mind to do that on him and Donzo. And another comment, okay, I think Madara would find Obito, help him master some jutsus and show him how to use it. Then he barred his eyes to sneak into the leaf. I also think he met Orochimaru later on because he knows the Edo and he has the first Hokage on him. Yeah, I think that was Kabuto's piecing together this version of Madara. And that's also another thing. I kept expecting that piece of the first Hokage to maybe connect to Tsunade somehow, and how, I mean, the potential for things to go wrong right here. I guess we're talking about weaknesses. Is that part of him? Where does that, where does Madara maybe fall apart, or implode? And the whole thing going back to the Ten Tails now. Tobito didn't want to he wanted the 9 tails and the 8 tails, and he used those fragments. And I realize we've already discussed this, but I think that's going to blow up. I think that the reason he didn't do it is the chances of it succeeding were small, and he went ahead and just pieced it together. And I think that's going to blow up. So that I feel pretty confident about. But then again, Kishimoto's, hey, he can do whatever he wants, right? Appreciate the comments. All right, Stink Nuggets McGee. Just a quick comment on the fight with the Kages. After Dan arrived and revived Tsunade, Madara left the battle. They didn't fight. He said he was done with the battle and was going after Kuruma. At least that's what I remember. I hope I'm not just talking out of my arse. Anyway, keep up the good work, mate. All right, I appreciate the positive feedback, energy there. Appreciate it. Yeah, he said that, but then remember the whole thing with the Tsuchikage was went after him, right? And he wasn't gonna let him go. But then again, I mean, it looked like they were, and it looks like Madara turned and they were going to re-engage. Now it is possible, of course, that he just left, and the way it looked like they were going to re-engage, because if Madara really wanted to go, then they're not going to be able to stop him. So it's still possible, but like I say, it looked like the battle was starting up again, right? Remember they were trying to get the Tsuchikage to shut the hell up, and it didn't work. Okay, thanks for the comment. Okay, Double I, Tsukiyami. G-damn Naruto. I wish he would just let Obito and Kakashi talk. Yeah, that is getting a little irritating. Okay, and then Captain Chur. I was absolutely dumbfounded at this chapter for some reason. I still refuse to believe that Toby is just Obito, and I don't know why. LOL, I just refuse. I'm in the same boat. I can't accept it. This is. I mean, the author has the power to do anything that he wants, but you know, when you're reading manga, TV shows, when you're looking at characters, and sometimes characters change, and they, you know, from what kind of ways, you know, but there's a certain level. But I mean, this is just, it's beyond all reason. I don't accept it either. And like I said, I hope something happens that gives us a lot more. At least, let me put it this way: if he's going to have this be the main body and the mind and spirit of Obito, then at least give us the story, right? At least explain to us why, so that the rest of us can accept it and move on. Kishimoto, please. Okay, thanks for the comment. Chaz Malakian. Average chapter with an unexpected ending. I would have never guessed Madara would appear. Now, I'm pretty forgiving, I have to say. And this is, for me, it's entertainment. It's a lot of fun. But the flashbacks, I don't know. Maybe I've gone from looking at this as an average chapter. I'm kind of after processing it and everything. I'm really not happy with 600. Oh, and I think I mentioned, maybe I gave the wrong order. I think I did. I think I mentioned something about 598 and 599. Okay, 599, of course, created the Havoc. I think that I definitely misspoke earlier in the video. And it was, and it's 600 here that is the one that's really gotten people, you know, so I was out of order there. Try to correct myself. But continuing on. Okay, it's safe to assume that others will appear to help out. The ninjas are arriving. Sasuke and Orochimaru will appear after knowing everything. But now that would be interesting. See, there's still a lot of matches. Wouldn't it be interesting? Wouldn't this be? Remember how Orochimaru, when he got back, he says, "To think that you would be the one that brought me back," right? It's Sasuke, you know. Well, kill him would be a little strong, but destroyed, I guess that his, you know, that the big part of his existence, because Orochimaru is definitely trying to live forever, so his little pieces of Orochimaru everywhere. So anyway, that he brought him back, it would be extraordinarily interesting, because Orochimaru doesn't want to die or be controlled on this in this reality. His goal was to know all the ninjutsus. That was his thing, and basically live forever to do that. So wouldn't it be incredible that the hero that bails them all out with the knowledge on how to do everything could be Orochimaru? And if anybody would know a weakness, see, you already see where I'm going with this, don't you? You already see where I'm going with this. The weakness, right? The weakness in a ninjutsu that he perfected from the second Hokage, it would be Orochimaru. So that would be incredible. But that's another reason that we continue on reading Naruto. It's simply, yes, we don't get enough answers. We should be getting more answers, and should be things should be fleshed out more. But still, the potential out there for things to happen is just incredible. And you know what? What I hope that I'm making a video going, I've regained, hope, or faith in Kishimoto's abilities again. I hope something comes out with that, because man, 600 was hard. I mean, as tough as 591 was on us Naruto fans. Man, 600 was a beating. Okay, let me continue on. Okay, with Chaz Melikian's question or comments, excuse me. But left wondering if any of the Kages died. But I think not, because they're all important characters, and Kishi wouldn't kill someone like that without showing. We'll see. It wouldn't make any sense, but then again, it didn't make any sense to go off panel. But like I say, maybe just the way that he represented it and made it look like the fight was going to continue is false. Maybe that isn't what happened, and Madara just left. Maybe just gave us a wrong impression. The whole thing was Kage. Because like I said, I guess I can see that. I can actually see that because, like I say, like I said before, Madara definitely can't be stopped by them, so he can go wherever he wants. Okay, good review. Keep the good work. Appreciate it. And P.S. I expected more than girl issues on the revealing of Toby. Yeah, the whole idea that the entire Naruto universe is going to be enslaved or destroyed because Obito was put into the friend zone, and then his girl that's a friend dies. That was there's yeah. Chaz Melikian, appreciate it. Always giving good comments. Really do appreciate it. Glad you're back. And let's see. I'm going to go ahead and skip my answers. And this video is going long, but I did say I was going to take my time. I've warned everyone I'm taking my time on this. Okay, there's just a few more comments, but then again, you can always look at the end of the video and see how long it is anyhow. Okay. Once again, thanks for the comments. Okay, Moab 123. What are your thoughts on the Kages? I think I already answered that. Okay, I already answered that. Okay, this is showing on here, but I've already... Okay, and I'm going to end on a really positive note with the last comment here. Okay, Corinthian Bosky, really like your reviews, man. Keep up the good work. I appreciate the kind words. I'm not a professional reviewer, as I've said many times. I'm just a fan like yourself that does reviews and comments and has fun. Every single time, and I've been doing this for over a year now, every single time that I get to any point where I have to make a decision on what to do with my videos, the correct answer is always have fun with it. There's been times I've tried to rush, or there's been times I've tried to do some other things with the videos, and it comes through, right? Because if it's like the comments. These are fun. I actually really enjoy reading, and this is a way of interacting with subscribers and really anybody that's leaving comments. So it's fun, and it's just like that's why we read Naruto. That's why I do my reviews and predictions and make comments on it and everything. And that's the way it should be. We'll just have fun with it. So if anybody, and kind of going ahead and closing up here, and that's not just the answer for me personally in my reviews. That's really with the answer of when we get to chapters like 599 to 600 and we get upset with them and everything. It's like, yeah, okay, process it. Maybe things didn't go the way. Maybe this is a lot of mistakes were made. And Kishimoto does deserve blame and this and that. But like I've said before, and there's been some points where people have had a lot of issues. Although this has been a low point. Now, this has been the lowest point I've seen as far as the fan base. A couple of years ago, there was, well, I guess we'll go a little longer. A couple of years ago, there were a lot of reviewers that came out, and they really said, look, here's Kishimoto's not that great a writer, and they went and they started giving out examples, and I listened to them, and there was a lot of videos, and there was a lot of backlash from fans, and they're right. They are right. They're right that Kishimoto has definitely got a lot of issues with the way he doles out information. Like I said, I don't want to go back and repeat stuff that we've actually already covered too much, but so what? It's fun. He has his problems, and people can either accept it, that there's going to be some real hard bumps along the way, or not. And the reason that most people, even people that are angry with the way things are going out, let's just be honest. Have like a moment of honesty here, or actually the whole thing should just be honest, because this is just fun. Is that it is fun. He's entertaining. We still want to know what's going to happen. As far as how the bumpy ride that we've had so far, we've already known this. So it's either accept it and just realize that's the way it's going to go, or just continually be upset. And I'm not 100% happy. I'm not telling anybody to just read this and not react to it. Go ahead and react to it, but after a certain period of time, we all have to kind of get over it and then just accept that this is just a bumpy ride. And this isn't One Piece. This isn't. And I don't do One Piece reviews, but and I've read some of it, and now I'm branching out to a whole other thing. But the difference is that's something that's been crafted out really, as far as the main story. You're getting some of this done, you're getting that, and the pacing and everything. I've read some of it. I haven't read all of it. I'm not caught up by any means, but this isn't. This is just, it's very uneven. There's a lot of issues there, but there's a lot of great characters. There's a lot of hope in it. There's a lot of overcoming challenges. You connect with a lot of the characters in here. There's a strong feeling. And they're just not each other. And it's not Bleach, and it's not this, and it's not any of these other things. And since I brought One Piece up, no, I'm not going to do any reviews on it. I am considering, I wish I wouldn't have brought this up at all. I am considering in the future, maybe, I tried with the anime and I didn't really, the artwork just isn't, this really isn't the way I wanted to close this video out, by the way. But anyway, I'm actually thinking about that and Bleach. And Bleach I actually liked watching the anime, and then I think got to the bounce or something and I quit watching it. I actually thought about starting at chapter 1 of both of those mangas and reading chapter 1 of each week and reviewing that. And I'm thinking of doing that in the future. And since I've already come out, that is something. There, and anything in this video at any time, please leave your comments on there. My only issue with comments is I don't know if some people are more sensitive about having their comments read. I try to be respectful, and I've already told everybody, pretty much everybody knows that, I'm mangling names. If I do it, it's not intentional. It's just, just me, my issue. But anyway, if it could get some comment, if you guys are interested in that, like I say, and I'm assuming that most of you have already well past that, but I might, like I say, if I get a little feedback on there, maybe, a month or a couple months down the road, I might start reading, and then, I'm going to start with the manga only and just start reading and going up there. But anyway, that's just an idea. This is going to be the longest video that I've made so far, and there's another video that I have out, and I was actually going to do it, but there was absolutely no way I'm going to have any time with this video to do it. I was going to talk about, the question was, has the Obito reveal caused you or your friends to think of quitting the series? And I'm reading some of the comments in there, and I'll do that on a separate video. But anyway, this has been a marathon that I have absolutely thoroughly enjoyed. Well, like I say, this is awesome. It gives me an opportunity to really interact and to get some stuff out there. And it's like kind of random too, the way we do this. So this is a lot of fun. All right, so this has been an extremely long video. I appreciate your patience. I appreciate my subscribers, old and new. If you would give this video a thumbs up, that would be awesome. You can always subscribe, unsubscribe. You can do anything you want to. Until next time, take care.